The bad boy of tennis is at it again. While the name may conjure up the image of an undefeatable baddie, the reality is far from it. Nick's nickname is not a compliment, and for good reason. Once again, he's managed to say things that get everyone mad at him, but the bar is so low it doesn't even seem like that big of a deal. Maybe he's his own worst enemy? Watch this video to find out what he did this time. First up, put some respect in it. Award season always causes some drama, but while we expect petty digs from pop culture celebrities, it's less common within tennis. But then again, there's always an exception. Nick Kyrgios decided he wanted to be the exception this time. The highest accolade for tennis in Australia is the John Newcombe Medal. They decided to award it to Ashley Barty this year, and Nick threw a fit about it. The 26-year-old retired tennis player won the award for the 5th time. She was also the first Australian to win the Australian Open in 44 years. To the committee, she was the obvious choice, but to Kyrgios, the choice was a personal insult in his direction. He took to his Instagram to post about how he doesn't get any respect at all. Given that he won the doubles title this year and has many titles under his belt, he thought the honor should have gone to him. Not that he's bothered about the snub though. He also shared that he doesn't give an F, okay? But you know, sharing a post about something is not exactly giving very IDGAF energy, just saying. And it's not like he's going home empty-handed. He and Thanasi Kokkinakis got the ATP Fan Favorite Doubles Award this year, so maybe count your blessings? Knowing him, he probably won't. But does Ash Barty really deserve the award? Stay tuned to find out. Next up, take a bow. Ash was at the top of her game in 2019. She's the only other Australian woman to reach the #1 rank, apart from Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley. She soon replaced Japan's Naomi Osaka at the world #1 spot. She's held that position since 2019, but as it turns out, she was just getting started. The award is given every year to Australians whose achievements make the nation proud. Apart from being spectacular at the game, she's also an amazing human. She belongs to the Ngarigo people and does everything she can to promote education and sports in her community. Since 2018, she's been the National Indigenous Tennis Ambassador at Tennis Australia. On top of that, she's an ambassador for the State Library of Queensland. There, she works to promote Indigenous education. Her efforts to help those most disadvantaged in her country, as well as playing top-notch tennis, is why she got the award. For the 5th time, don't forget. If you need more proof that she deserves the award, just take a look at her response. Danielle Roche, the National Australia Day Council Chair, said that she makes the people proud and inspires them to follow their dreams. When presented with the award, she was humbled instead of proud. She said that she couldn't wait to do more work for education and youth sports. Now, that's a classy lady, but Nick has some other arguments to make. Coming up, pull up the records. Kyrgios didn't just rant on his story. He also shared a chart comparing their performances. Now, that's petty, but he doesn't care, guys. The chart was just for general information. He won 1 singles title this year at Washington. On top of that, he also won 3 doubles titles in 2022, one in Washington with Jack Sock, and the other 2 with Kokkinakis at Atlanta and the Australian Open. Needless to say, he's had a stellar year. He pointed out that by comparison, Barty only had 3 titles to her name this year. He's ranked number 11 in doubles and 22 in singles right now. He's had 61 victories, while Ash only has 14. But is that enough? This is by far the best year for Nick. But does that mean he deserves the award? He has no philanthropic contributions and certainly doesn't make Australians proud with his behavior. Something about him demanding an honor just doesn't sit right with us. Keep your head down, work hard, and wait your turn. No one ever got respect by demanding it. You have to earn it. But we're not sure he's willing to pay the price. After all, his recent scandals have brought much attention to his name, and not the good kind. Our guess is that the council doesn't want someone with assault allegations and a history of lashing out to be a role model for the youth. Sorry, bud, you should have learned to keep that attitude in check a while ago. Also, he did what? The 27-year-old has managed to have an extraordinary collection of controversies. Since his debut in 2014, he's gone out of his way to ruin his own name. Amidst his Wimbledon run this year, he was caught up in a legal battle. While playing matches at Wimbledon, an Australian court served him papers to appear in court the following month. He was being ordered because one of his girlfriends had filed a sexual assault case against him. Suddenly, the decision not to give the award is making so much more sense to us. Back in December 2021, he grabbed his girlfriend Chiara Passari. The pair have since broken up, but Passari finally decided to pursue charges against him. The charge carries a maximum sentence of 2 years. He appeared in court, but his lawyers have now asked for an extension. His lawyers said they'll deal with any and all allegations. What is that supposed to mean? But that's not even the worst of it. According to The Guardian, he has no intention of serving time for his crime. They sought an extension to prepare the evidence that he was dealing with mental health issues. This defense will allow the case to be dismissed. He can just say he's going through a tough time, but he's dealing with it in a way that benefits him and the community. And that's that. Tisk tisk. Have some shame. We suppose that mental illness doesn't prevent him from playing then? We bet he'll use his position as a good player as an excuse not to put him in jail. Honestly, disgusting, but not surprising at this point. Not to mention, there's more where that came from. Now, you may say assault is surprising in any case, but not this this one. The signs had been there for a while. It just took a while to confirm our suspicions. It all started in 2015. During a first-round match, he screamed an obscenity and abused his racket, then promptly got handed a $4,926 fine. In a match against Diego Schwartzman, he called him a dirty scum, but then denied it. By this, his reputation as a bad boy was well underway, but things got truly out of hand in the second round. He kept using expletives in the match. The umpire was obviously annoyed and told him off, to which he delivered his iconic lines. He asked the umpire if he felt good being in the chair, and if he feels strong sitting there. Man's got no chill, literally. He slammed his racket so hard in the third round that it flew off into the stands. Then he also started fighting with an observer who laughed at him. But if you thought he could sink no lower, we urge you to lower your expectations. In the fourth round, he deliberately tanked against Richard Gasquet. He didn't bother returning serves, and onlookers could tell he was doing it on purpose. Eventually, he was booed off the court, but he denied all accusations though. Then at the 2015 Rogers Cup in Montreal, he told Stan Wawrinka that his friend had with his girlfriend. He also bragged that he was getting it on with 18-year-olds. Yeah, now do you get our point? Moving on, things aren't better. Now, you may say that was a long time ago. Fair. He's had plenty of opportunities to change as a person, but the question is, has he? Well, in March, he was fined $35,000 at the Miami Open. He was up against Jannik Sinner and would not stop the verbal abuse. He also screamed obscenities at him and had unsportsmanlike conduct against his old nemesis, the chair umpire. Then he spat on a fan and defended himself, saying the fan was abusing him. In a third-round match against Stefanos Tsitsipas, he got himself fined again. At one point, Stefanos hit the ball into the crowd out of anger, and it almost hit a spectator. After the match, both players got fined. He got a $4,000 fine for obscenities again, but Stefanos got the bigger bill of $10,000 for unsportsmanlike conduct. Wow, we didn't think someone could beat the bad boy in being utterly disrespectful, but here we are. Then, in his Wimbledon match against Djokovic, he claimed that a fan was bothering him. He claimed that she was drunk out of her mind and looked like she'd had 700 drinks. The fan was asked to leave the venue. Later, she decided to sue the Australian for defamation because millions of people around the world heard his comments. So, we rest our case. The man hasn't changed and clearly has no intention of changing. We don't understand why he's surprised he hasn't gotten the award though. Lastly, he's got a grudge. Once again, he's telling you how much he doesn't care about something he can't stop talking about. Classic Nick. He hasn't played in the French Open since 2017, but he's finally making a comeback this year. Oh yay. As always, he isn't happy though. For him, France is the worst Grand Slam. He further explained that he doesn't like clay courts. That's why he avoids playing on them. But he's returning this year only for the sake of his girlfriend. She wants to see Paris and he'd like to pick up some money at the Grand Slam. Even though he doesn't like clay, he's confident he'll win. Yeah, that sounds just like him. But something else is bothering him even more. There are just too many clay events on the court this year. Because of that, there are people in the top 100 that he doesn't even know. The only way they made it that high up is because of these clay tournaments. And that's crazy to him. Yep, that's clearly the biggest problem in tennis. According to him, he thinks a few people don't deserve their ranking. That's enough tea for the day, no? That's it for today. Do you think he deserved the medal? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back soon with another video.